But we realize that ensuring public safety cannot just come from state government. Building a safer, stronger Georgia starts with hardworking Georgians having the ability to protect themselves and their families. In the face of rising violent crime across the country, law-abiding citizens should have their constitutional rights protected, not undermined. And while this position has recently become popular for others as we enter the campaign season, my position has remained the same. I believe the United States Constitution grants the citizens of our state the right to carry a firearm without state government approval. For law-abiding Georgians, their carry permit is the founding document of our nation. And I look forward to working with the members of the House and the Senate, many who are here today, and groups like the NRA and GA2A on legislation, some of which has already been filed, to get constitutional carry across the finish line this legislative session. Now make no mistake, I have no doubt that the left and the media will come for Georgia just like they have done in the past. They tried to boycott us when we stood up for life at the heartbeat, and we prevailed. They tried to demonize us when we protected both lives and livelihoods through a global pandemic, and look where we are now economically. They tried to cancel us when we passed the nation's strongest election integrity legislation. We have and will continue to prevail there as well. And I know that if we work together like we have in the past, we're going to win this fight as well. Thank you all for being here. God bless you, and may God continue to bless this great state of Georgia. All right, we got any questions this morning?
Governor, you're also supporting crackdowns on violent crime. How do you reconcile your support with this gun rights expansion at the same time you want to crack down on more gun-related crime?
I wouldn't necessarily say it's an expansion. It's more of a protecting a constitutional right that people have. This is a public safety issue. I think we've seen around the country that people are concerned when their kids can't go pump gas. You know, they can't send their wife to go pump gas. People can't go to the mall. And it's time that we stood up and give citizens a right to protect themselves. Now, on the backside of that, you know, state government's been very proactive over the last 3 years at doing exactly what I campaigned on in 2017, cracking down on street gangs, you know, going after and ending human trafficking, but also supporting the victims. Marty and the Grace Commission, many legislators have stood up in support of that. And we're also making sure that we're doing something about violent crime in cities where others aren't. Because, I mean, people are just fed up. And to me, that's what this issue is about, and it makes the time right to do this.
Why this year? Why not last year or the year before for this issue?
Well, I mean, look, you got to have legislative support. You also look at what we've been through in just the 3 short years that I've been governor. I mean, I made a lot of promises when I ran, and one thing that Georgians will realize if they look at my record in conjunction with people that are standing with me today from the Georgia General Assembly, you know, we have been fulfilling all of those promises. Heartbeat legislation, largest teacher pay raise in state history, you know, what we're doing to lower private sector health insurance costs, trying to get more access to people on Medicaid, even though the Biden administration continues to block us on that issue, and many, many other things. But we've also been dealing with the global pandemic. But it doesn't make my priorities and what I promised people I would do change any difference. You know, we're going to tackle that this year. There seems to be a lot of legislative support for it. And, you know, I can't sign something unless it passes with the majority of the votes. And so that's why I appreciate the legislators being here today.
What specifically are you trying to get passed? Is it waiving the fee? Is it no permit, whether it's concealed?
Well, it'll be a true constitutional carry, and I'll kind of refer that to us working the details out. I mean, the good thing is I think there's like 12 constitutional carry bills that are filed, many by members that are standing behind me today. So, you know, we're going to work with them to perfect the legislation. We'll be talking more about that in the days to come. But You know, this is basically just going to give people their constitutional right to, you know, carry without a piece of paper from the government.
Are you dropping your own bill, or are you going to support one of the bills like Manny Ballinger bill?
We're still working on that. We're talking to a lot of the leadership and a lot of the legislators, and we'll keep you posted on that.
Thanks, everyone.
All right, great.
Governor Kemp